Welcome everyone to another episode of Cinema Game Night, where we review movies by playing games. I'm Curtis.
And I'm Roger.
And we disagree on a lot.
But we agree on just enough to be best friends.
Alright, so today's going to be a pretty big episode, I'd say. We're going to be playing the game Who Dis, which is going to be a really fun one where, I'm a big Disney fan. Roger isn't the biggest of Disney fans. I can only make him like it so much,
I would say biggest of Disney fans in entirety. Disney does have one particular property that I am a very large fan of,
which is Marvel, which in the last episode we established that. If you haven't watched that episode, please do. I worked very hard to make it passable. But anyway, so what that game is going to be is me showing him photos of obscure Disney characters, and then he has to tell me what movie they're from. And
if they're from a movie at all.
Yes, and then they're going to be from a movie.
This person does not exist. Movie, he just made this up.
But I also would love to hear, if you, what name you think this character would be, or, where you think they would, because I think that'd be funny. I think it'd be fun to listen to. Yeah.
Let's do it.
And if he gets it right, should we do the 3-point system with hints, or just, get it right 1 point, get it wrong, no
Yeah,
points?
I think 3-point system with hints makes it fun.
Yeah, we like the 3-point system here at Cinema Game Night. It's pretty fun. But the reason it's loaded is because the two of us saw a little movie called Sinners, which is going to be our one-sentence review topic today to start the show. Good. And oh my God, it was best movie of the year so far, in my opinion, and there's just so much to unpack. So
there's a lot.
I feel like this one-sentence review portion is going to go a lot longer than the normal ones do. So if that happens, I'm going to separate. I'm at least going to take, the Sinners part and make it its own video. I plan to have the Sinners part and the game still in one podcast, but if it ends up going long or too long, then maybe I'll just separate them entirely, but we'll just see how it plays out. Or
you can be a trooper and just watch all of it.
Yeah, please do that. Yeah, I think it's all going to be great. But before we get into that, I just need to take a moment and thank our sponsor, me. Still doing this all myself. Share this and change that. Okay,
yes.
Now let's dive right into it, because like I said, there's a lot. So we're going to do our one-sentence reviews of Sinners. So
I have, how many do I have? I have a few.
I
can't count. I skipped number 6. I have 11.
11. Wow. I capped it at 7.
7,
because I could have done more, but I was like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't do as many this time. But then lo and behold, Roger's got 11, which is fine. We'll do them all. Normally, I'm the one with a lot of them, but
he's very creative.
Yeah.
You could create them on the spot.
Maybe we can see. And while we're discussing, maybe one would work out of context.
Yes.
But no, so if we're gonna dive into this, you should probably go first because you got more.
Okay.
So
I'll do my first 2. 1, Sinners is a horror film that will haunt you just as much as it will make you wonder which movie is Ryan Coogler's favorite out of Creed, Black Panther, and Fruitvale Station. Couldn't get that one out. But yeah, out of those 3 movies, and this one, honestly, which one of these is his favorite? Because he put a lot of work into all of them. And of the 4 movies, Creed, Black Panther, Fruitvale Station, and Sinners, which ones do you think I've seen?
Which ones do you think you've seen?
Yeah.
Well, obviously Black Panther. Both Black Panthers, I know you've seen those.
Obviously.
Yeah. Did you see Creed?
I did not.
I also did not see Creed because I'm not too into the Rocky movies. But
I haven't seen a single Rocky movie.
Shoot, I think I saw... Wow, I don't even think I've seen all of the first one. I've seen a lot of it, but not all of it. And I saw a lot of Rocky 4 of all things, but it's because I was waiting at a dentist office, and it was the
Is that
funniest.
the Russian one?
Yeah, that's the one where Creed gets killed.
I like the one where he's like, if he dies, he dies.
That's the one. That's Rocky 4,
like
which I saw that scene happen, and I was.
He dies.
I know they're not going for comedy with it, but I was just with the 80s, so it doesn't age.
Wait, they weren't?
But I was laughing so hard because he comes out to the big James Brown living in America, America, F yeah, all of this, and then literally dies in the ring. And I just thought that was hilarious for some reason. And also the way it was presented, like the way it was edited, was a very 80s way, so very cheesy. But
How
yeah,
Matt
I'm not
Murdock's father was supposed to go.
not a big Rocky fan, so I haven't seen the Creed movies.
But yes,
I'd
never
see
seen
it.
Creed.
I'd see it for Michael B. Jordan, though. I think
I would see the movies, but of course I'm a completionist, and so I would have to see
all
the
three.
first ones first. And then,
Oh, you mean in the Rock? All the Rocky
yeah,
movies,
no, I'd have to see it all because I want to know everything. I don't want there to be a moment where I'm like, what does that mean? So
I don't know if I
watch all
could
of
do
it.
that.
I'd have to. And then Fruitvale Station I've also not seen. I've heard it's
I
very
also
good.
haven't either, but I feel like I need to.
Yeah, I've heard it's very good.
Yes, I've heard it's very, very good. That's the one that I know Michael B. Jordan had a lot of TV roles before he did that movie,
But I think
like
that's
that
what
was
put
the
him
one
on
that
the map.
yes, and it definitely put him on Ryan Coogler's map. Which
Clearly.
I know you were gonna do your first two, but
Okay.
this is a really good transition into my
Go
first
for
one,
it.
so I'm gonna
Go
go
for
for it. Ryan Coogler loves Michael B. Jordan so much, it was only a matter of time before he multiplied him.
I had a friend of mine tell me, was like, when I say I want a pair of Jordans, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. I'm not talking about the shoes.
I like
this.
that one.
I want a pair of Jordans. He's like, is this your king? No, I'm your king now. And then Michael B. Jordan looks at Michael B. Jordan, look at me. I'm the king now.
So like Black Panther, but it's Smoke versus Stack.
Correct. He's like, is this your king? No.
What
I'm
is
the
it?
king,
And they're
man.
looking back and forth. Is it?
And it's like, when I say burn that stuff, I mean that. Insert
Burn,
word that he
burn it
says.
like the vampires.
All right, number 2. Sinners is a wild, smart, angry, and often very funny film.
It's true. Yes, it's a very That was a very movie critic one of you.
Correct.
Yeah.
Full review.
Which I've got one of those later, but not yet. Because like I said, we're gonna do yours first. You can do another one now.
Okay.
So that we can.
This is another good one. Sinners is a masterclass in filmmaking and dirty talk.
Yes. Yes, it is. Which we like to keep it clean on this podcast. There's not too much of that we can talk about, but
The movie itself does talk about it.
yes, the movie talks about it and does it very well. Apparently, the
Clearly.
scene,
Evidently.
yeah, the scene, no, the scene where Haley Steinfeld, Mary reunites with Stack at the train station and talks about what they did together has gone semi-viral. Like I've seen like people just sharing that, like they're bootlegging that scene and then sharing it to social media because of what she says, and I think that's pretty funny. But I was telling you about how it cuts to them driving again, and it just seems like he's talking to him about something dirty just for the sake of comedy, but then it actually comes back later. Like nothing is for nothing in this movie.
Right. No, I 100% agree with that. Like, they do everything in this movie for clearly something.
Yeah. And I think the more we get into the one sentence reviews, the more we'll be probably talking about the somethings. Do you want me to do my next one? Or
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
okay, so if you thought culture vultures were bad, wait till you get a load of cultural vampires.
Yeah, I mean, I have one that's kind of like that. But yeah, that's very true. Like, very much in what they're doing in this particular film.
Do you want to do that one and then
Let's see. Let's see if I can find it.
out of the was it 8 remaining now for you?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Sinners is a movie that will make you appreciate the limits of art to set one free in a system that profits off exploitation of particularly black culture.
Mm-hmm. Certainly. Yeah, and like I think it was a lot of people have been comparing it to Get Out.
Yes.
In terms of like those kind of themes, and I think the comparisons are warranted. I also don't think you need to compare them too much because they approach them in such different ways.
Right. I would agree with that.
Yeah, and it's like and it was really interesting that they made Remick be an Irish vampire because
I mean, his name is Remick.
Yeah, but it goes into that. You know how Irish Americans always love to say that they suffer depression too, which actually leads into my next one sentence review. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now, and then we'll take it from there. Irish Americans love to tell people that they were oppressed too, and this black-led movie takes that claim and says, I mean, yeah, but come on.
Also, like, yeah, but also who's counting, but like it's a little different.
Just a little bit.
It's a tad different, my friend.
Yeah, but like making him an Irish vampire, I think, was a very deliberate and necessary choice because of that. Because, yeah, Irish people did suffer when they came to America. Like, there was a bit of like, they're not white enough kind of thing. But they were still white, though.
Right.
They could assimilate. And
way better, easier than some other people.
Yeah, yeah. And like, and it was really interesting to see him, the scene where they walk up to the juke joint at first, like he's drawn there, and they try to get in by playing Pick Poor Robin Clean. And this isn't something that I picked up on. Anna and I saw this movie twice, and I didn't pick up on this until the second because I had listened to the soundtrack over and over again, and they have
soundtrack's so good.
Yeah, it's really good. But like they have a really old recording of Pick Poor Robin Clean at the very end of it.
Yes,
you heard that, right?
I have.
Yeah, and it's interesting because that's a blues song. It was written and performed by black blues singers, and then here they come, these three white vampires, and they're doing their version of it, and it's funny. Sometimes it might be a little cringeworthy, but it's funny. It's presented as funny because you see all of the people in the juke joint just watching them like, and even like Stax kind of like looks like, yeah, it's good for them, I guess.
It's not too shabby.
Yeah, they're polished, I guess. And then even Cornbread was like, I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's like it's not too bad. It's like I
but yeah, like that was played for laughs. But then when Mary goes to talk to them later, and they're playing "Will You Go, Lassie Go," which is an Irish song, it sounds so good. It's so much better because they're not trying to take the blues. Like this is the culture they understand, and they were trying to play a blues song, but they're never really gonna understand it. Like the scene where Slim, who my favorite performance in the movie is Slim.
I mean that's
and I really want, best supporting actor maybe.
No,
like
there's no way.
I know, but I want them to. But
yeah, there's no way they will.
But the scene where he's talking in the car, like, and they drive past the prisoners. That alone, I think, could be an Oscar
scene alone could be yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he's talking about when he starts talking about his friend who was lynched, and hopefully that doesn't get us demonetized here saying that, but it's what happened, and that happened a lot in the South
during that time.
Yeah, and like when he's talking about it, and again, this was also something I didn't pick up on until the second time I watched it. But when he's talking about it, and like they're playing, you hear the audio of what happened. Like you're in his mind right now. You're hearing the sound, and the sound is such an important part of this movie. You're hearing the sound of it, and he's getting more and more emotional as he's telling this story, and then when he finishes, he just
like flows
and then
into
turns
the song.
turns his audible pain into a blues song right there, and like that's where it came from. It's like that is where the blues came from, like the suffering of this people turned into an art form to help them cope, to help them have an identity,
express that pain.
Yeah, and so Remick, even though he's suffered, and the Irish people suffered, they did not suffer like that. They could never truly understand.
It's a different type of suffering.
Yeah. And
that scene was very powerful.
It was very powerful. Yeah, I guess, like I said, Oscar scene on that one. Also, I love when they're taking the garlic to test, and he starts like choking because he's so drunk and his senses are. But then he just does the.
Just karate chops.
I'm fine.
I'm fine. I'm not a vampire. He's like, talk to me, Slim. Also, the only reason he did not shoot him was because he liked Slim.
Yes.
If it had been Pearline, he would have shot her.
He might have.
He would have 100% shot her.
Yeah, I think he might have. But Slim could have just been, another comic relief character, but he's so deep and he has all this emotion to his character, and you're heartbroken when he doesn't make it.
Yes. I mean, also he did the whole, which I feel like it was unnecessary. He did the whole like save yourself, and I was like, you didn't need to do all of that. Like the way he did it was very like
maybe
Hannah Baker. It was very Hannah Baker. It was very unnecessary, I feel like.
Which we'll be that vague about it, because if we get further into that, they'll definitely demonetize this. But
yes, no, it was very Hannah Baker-ish. That's all I got.
But it was, and he did say earlier how he would definitely, sacrifice himself to protect Sammy.
True.
He
did say that. Yeah, you'd have to go. Was it like you gonna have to go through me?
Yeah,
you have to go through old.
And he said same for all of you. He let them all go upstairs to try and stop them, but then Remick, oh my gosh, the way Remick, Anna and I love it, the way he says Sammy,
here's Sammy.
We let
here's Sammy.
What does it remind? Oh, it reminds us of in this past Oscars when Adam Sandler was doing his thing. Chalamet. I guess something about being around Conan O'Brien, they used to write on SNL together. Something about that just put him back to his SNL days, and he's doing all of his weird voices.
You know why he did the voice for the Chalamet part, right?
Wait, there was an actual reason? That's not just Adam Sandler being an Adam Sandler?
No, that's not even his bit. It's not even his idea.
Who was the Chalamet?
Nikki Glazer, who was host of the Golden Globes.
Golden Globes, okay.
She was the host of the Golden Globes. She's a comedian. She's very funny.
I know.
She did the roast of her.
She's a great roast comedian. Yeah,
she's fantastic. I think she's very, very funny. She did the host for the Golden Globes, and she was talking about like the different people who were nominated. Being one of them being Timothée Chalamet being nominated for whatever movie he was just nominated for.
A complete unknown.
Was it? Well, yes. No, it was that. Yeah, it was that film because that was during that like series of like Oscars.
Oscar season.
Yes,
yeah,
that was the movie. And she was like, Timothée Chalamet's name sounds like something Adam Sandler would have just said back on like SNL, like Chalamet, Timothée, Chalamet. And she's like, do I have Sandler? Isn't Adam here? And then Adam was like, Chalamet.
So he didn't even invent his own pronunciation for
Timothée
Chalamet.
Yes.
Which Adam Sandler can turn it on when he wants to, but he usually doesn't want to. So like that doesn't surprise me. But let's not get too distracted by Adam Sandler's pronunciation of Chalamet.
Chalamet.
But yes, the way he said Chalamet.
It does sound kind of like that.
Yeah.
True.
A little bit of humor. All right, go ahead. Yeah.
Let's see what else I got. Sinners is a vampire movie for the ages, but it's also a really good mixtape of so many different music types.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. Because, like, you said that Will You Go, Lassie Go was your favorite?
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's been in my head all day.
Yeah. Oh, like, that one gets in my head.
Since I've seen the movie, though the summertime has come and the tree... Oh, don't get me started.
It's a beautiful song.
Y'all don't get me started.
And, like, with that one... that one's up there for me, but like I think my favorite song in the movie was Pale Pale Moon. That got me going.
That is a good one.
Ooh, that one. But Pale Pale Moon, the I Lied to You sequence.
I lied to you.
That's
I love the blues.
That's Oscar worthy right there. Like that.
I actually have a set point about that whole sequence. No issue. It was just an issue I had with myself.
With yourself.
When they were like in the beginning of the movie, they tell you music, it's very powerful. It can bring people from the past and the future all together. That whole scene, I was like, cool. Clearly, I'll see that. And then when they were like the electric guitar part and what's it called? The 808s, right? I was like, okay, where's the future?
No, they said from the spirits from the past and future.
Right, but I was like, where's the future? Because in my head, those things are current.
Not for them, though.
But I forgot correct. And
you gotta you need to put yourself in the...
This movie is made in 1932. Like, this movie set in 1932. Yeah. So I forgot about that. I was like, where's the future? Because I was like, how is Ryan going to think of future instruments? Like, I was like, that makes no sense. I was so confused.
But then you put yourself back in the movie, in the time of the movie. Luckily,
This
I
is
did
like 3
not
days
have that
after.
problem.
This is like 3 days after the movie. Like, I literally was so mad at the movie for like 2 days.
And then
I was
you
like, that made
realized,
no
oh
sense.
wait,
And then I was like, oh,
it does
no,
make
I'm
sense.
stupid. I was like, no, it does make sense. I'm stupid. It's fine. I was like, sorry,
Oh,
Ryan.
God.
I apologize.
I literally remember, like, I'll never forget, the first time watching that scene. It was just so well done and so powerful and profound. And then when it's ending and he hits that note and it just pans to the roof on
Reverberates.
fire,
It just
and I'm
reverberates.
literally just mouth agape, not even aware of it. And then I was aware of it because, like, I can get a little self-conscious, but, like, I was aware of it and then didn't care, and then checked back into the movie like,
Literally.
oh my God.
Spit and fire. He literally spit hot fire.
Literally spitting fire.
Literally spit hot fire.
That's how the blue spits fire.
What else I got? Sinners is a movie that will make you appreciate the magic of music, even if it does attract some evil and Irishmen.
Some evil and Irishman. No, not the Irishman.
Actually, one Irishman.
Just one.
Just one Irishman. And then he kidnapped, bit, turned just other random white people in Mississippi.
Yes. Well,
They might have
yeah, I
been
think
Irish,
I'd say they're random.
but I
yeah.
just think they're random. I don't think that them being Irish is any part of the movie.
Yeah, but I think it was important though that they emphasize like that it shows that they were Klan members. And
I agree.
full disclosure, for those who don't know, I majored in history in college. We've talked about that on the show before. But my concentration was Black history. I did a thesis paper on the portrayal of slavery in American cinema. So like,
Which is all too frequent.
yeah, it does happen a lot. And I'm at the point where like we had 12 Years a Slave. I think we're done now. That made up for all the movies that were bad with portraying slavery, and now we
Correct.
can move on.
I think we're done with that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that there are a
Which
lot
came
of
first, 12 Years a Slave or Django?
Django.
Yeah. So
Django was like the revenge one, and now here's the accurate portrayal one, the biopic
right. Historical
history
aspect.
one, and now yes, we should be good.
Now we're done. Yeah,
We
no
should
more-
be good.
no
We
more
can do
movies.
different stories now.
Black
But
people can be other things.
yeah, because I was about to say there. I know, like you. I know your dad talked about it. A lot, and a lot of other Black people are not. They're kind of tired of seeing movies about slavery or black or like all this Black suffering on screen in general. Whereas this movie, it does have that, but it's so much more celebrating with it as well.
Right.
And because that's why at first when they had the scene at the end with the Klan, at first I was like, do we have to have a scene with the Klan? Even though I would never turn down watching Michael B. Jordan light up Klan members. That it was awesome, but it's like, do we have to have a Klan scene? But then I realized yes, it's necessary because it was a good contrast between what Remick was trying to do and what the Klan tries to do, because
In that particular movie, right? Yeah.
yes, it's a good double side of the coin where, like, the Klan, they're obviously very outwardly racist. They wanted to end Black lives because they were threatening their dominance.
Right.
Whereas Remick and what he represents, like, cultural appropriation, liberal racism rather than the conservative racism, whereas, like, he heard the music and he wanted to be a part of it, and he did that by literally, like, taking Black bodies, but doing it under, unity and love rather than
Right.
actually just trying to kill them,
Right. Yes.
Um,
but also under like a guise of like, there's nothing in this. This is nothing about you, right? Like I'm trying to set you free.
Yeah.
I see that you're struggling, and so I'm going to set you free.
And he's like,
by
I
letting me
understand, because I have struggled too. But we have already touched about not the same kind of
in
suffering.
a very different ways. In a very different way,
Yes,
my friend.
and it's also funny that we were Ann and I were watching a couple of different things this week. Cinema Therapy is one of them. It's a YouTube channel we like. And there was
I haven't
another.
heard of
Oh, and an episode of The Handmaid's Tale where, like, they were talking about not comparing suffering because, like, yes, some people have it worse than others, but suffering is still suffering. This movie, I think, sees that just a little bit, but is also like, maybe don't compare. Like, white people stop comparing Irish suffering to black suffering. Yeah, it was bad, but don't compare them anymore.
It's just different.
It's just different.
It's different.
Yeah.
And because of that difference, you can't compare them. You can't compare them accurately because they're so different. That's, I think, really where it is.
Yeah, yeah. And another thing before I do my next sentence, I also did one of the themes of the movie where it's a lot about like money and making money and
money being power
during Jim Crow. Yeah, money and power, because this is something that I didn't, like, you know, what I learned while in college, that, you know, the Klan, of course, was outright racist, you know, clearly, and that's why. But one of the reasons that they started, you know, the mob mentality, the lynching of black people, was the rise of a black middle class, the rise of wealthy black people. You know,
Correct.
Black people started making money, and then they really felt threatened. So that, and again, I picked up on this the second time as well when Slim was telling his story, and he emphasized that his friend they found money. He had all this money on him, and right when they saw it, that's when they made up the lie about him assaulting a woman, and then they killed him. And
Correct.
at the beginning of the movie, when the Smokestack twins buy, was it an old sawmill? That's what it used to be.
Well, that's what they said it was, and then
They
what
said
it
it
ended
was,
up,
that's right.
Right. What, I mean, spoiler alert, it was an old slaughterhouse.
We've been spoiling this whole thing. I hope you've seen it by now and just want some takes on it. But
Correct.
But yeah, it's like when they purchased it, you know, they showed him all this money, and then the next day they all show up to kill them. And at the very end, I like the theme of money comes back, because, you know, Smoke is very much money on his mind, very money oriented, whereas Stack is not as much. He's a little more fun going, which is a good way to tell them apart if you have trouble at first.
That's true.
Not just the color coordination, but
Which
I think they did a
like.
really good job. Yeah, I liked
with
their.
that.
And like they did such a good job telling the two apart, so it wasn't just two Michael B. Jordans. They did feel like twins, but different characters. But at the very end, when, you know, Klan leaders bleeding on the ground, Michael B. Jordan's bleeding out, and he says, you know, I've got money, and then he just lights him up right there.
Because money is not, in his head, it's like money, you having money is not the issue. Mm-hmm. That's not the problem. You living was the problem.
Yep. And at that point, he was like, you know, at that point, money didn't matter anymore.
Right.
To Smoke. Yeah. He had been changed. Okay, so I'm going to move on to this next one. Unlike vampires, this movie is not trying to use music to trick you into liking it. You won't regret letting these vampires in.
Yes.
That's my most
Like,
movie critic review of it. There was a semicolon in there. It wasn't two sentences. It was semicolon.
Semicolon, not a full completed sentence. Yeah, no, I like this one. And it's like, for me, the way Will You Go Lassie, the way that sounded to me, I don't know why I just randomly had this Irish accent. The way that
it's hard to say it
me
in an American accent. I get it.
Was very, Will You Go Lassie Go. The way it sounded to me was very siren song.
Yeah. And it
like
it attracted Haley Steinfeld. It attracted
Correct.
Mary, which I know we're disproportionate with our reviews, but that's a great way to
go for it.
Go into this next one. The top Google searches following this movie are probably themes of the movie Sinners, history of blues music, and what is Haley Steinfeld?
You're right. Yeah, like, is she... And also, it was funny because it's like, what did she say in the movie? My grandfather was half black.
Half black, yeah.
Which means her mother is... Let's do some math, ladies and gentlemen.
A fourth, maybe?
Correct.
Because if
Which
she's
makes
that
her-
light-skinned.
Which makes her...
Like an eighth.
Correct.
Which... Haley Steinfeld, which I actually did look it up because I was like, there's no way that this movie would aloha us with this much care put into the movie.
Is she actually?
Detail. She is an eighth black. Yeah.
Well, there is
if
a
I
term
got
for
that number wrong, sorry, but she has black ancestry and I believe Filipino ancestry, I want to say. So she's not completely white. And I never, it's not something I thought about until this movie, but it's like, oh yeah, maybe when I looked at her, I didn't think she was completely white, but like I said, I didn't think that they would aloha this movie and just cast someone who had no black ancestry for that part.
Right.
So it was still accurate casting.
And it's weird because like there's a phrase during that time which is called octoroon, which is, you know, a person who was eighth black would still have been considered either a slave or of a lower class. And so it's interesting that they cast somebody who, based on their then standards, the then standards would have actually been in that role. And so that was, I think that was really good casting. And also, okay, Hawkeye, like, all right.
What's the name of it's Kate Bishop, but what's her hero name?
Hawkeye.
Oh, just Hawkeye? Yeah.
Yep.
New Hawkeye. Well,
Yeah,
like,
Hawkeye.
Clint Barton's not going to be doing. I think
Correct.
he's got.
Did you
a family
hear
now.
why? Did you hear why he's not going to do Hawkeye?
Oh no, I
season
saw
2?
that they weren't going to pay him. They were paying him half or something,
was
and
like-
then he's like, no way.
Was it
But
what
he
you
still
doing?
wants to do it.
He's like, I do it. You just got to actually pay me.
I'd watch it. I liked Hawkeye. It was a great
Apparently.
show.
Now we'll give him half. He was ran over, so clearly
Yeah.
he's half the Hawk.
They should pay him just for surviving that.
Now he's just I.
And he was a real hero because he was protecting, I think, his son when the accident
Yeah.
happened.
Some
Yeah.
youth.
Yeah, some youth.
Some
but no, Haley Steinfeld did great in this movie.
I really appreciated her performance.
And and I really liked that her character, like, you know, she has that conversation where she says that she is, you know, she has black ancestry. She's an eighth black, but she sees herself
As one of them.
as one of them, yeah, and she feels like she is more at home in that community. And then I think was Stack telling her was it Stack like arranged for her to marry a white man? Is that what happened? Yeah.
I think so.
Or like helped that happen, but she was like, I don't want to. But he was like, if you were seen with me, they would kill you.
Both. They'd
Yeah,
probably
they'd
kill
kill
us
both of us. Yeah, because either they would think that I'm with a white woman, so they would be
Mad
you know,
about that.
yeah, they'd kill him for that, or they would assume that you're
Something
actually
else.
not white, that you do have. They would try to see some ancestry in her and then not
Right.
care about her either. But the character is so interesting because she's the one who tries to make contact with Remick and the two vampires.
Correct.
And
Will you go, Lassie, go?
and Will You Go, Lassie, Go? And like I said, that was a siren song. Her white side took over and let her out there, I guess. But that was really interesting because I think that that her character, this is how I read it at least, that her character thought that she does kind of spell it out a bit, that she thought that she could be the bridge between the two because
The two cultures. Because
yeah.
she is part white, part black.
because she's both of them, yeah. And I think it plays into the the well-meaning but ultimately still
Well-intentioned.
racist theme. Yeah, well-intentions, because like she had well-intentions and then she just ended up becoming part of the problem.
Correct.
And like
The
that's
highway,
usually how
what
it
did it say?
goes.
The highway to hell is
Paved with
with
good
good
intentions.
intentions.
Yeah.
So the highway to vampirism is paved with good intentions.
Yeah, but she couldn't truly be the bridge because she never, she's probably experienced some form of like the oppression, the suffering, because she has that ancestry, but never fully because she was still able to pass,
Right.
like successfully pass,
Right.
like throughout the movie.
And I would
those-
have never guessed. Until
Yeah,
you told me,
yeah.
I would have never guessed. Because I thought they just like whitewashed the character. But
Nah.
no.
I even
And
talked
also,
with
it makes sense. Coogler wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, like I was saying, he wouldn't do that. And I was talking with someone at work who hadn't seen Sinners, but said she really wanted to, and said that she was actually nervous when she heard that they did have a character who was passing, but then saw that it was Haley Steinfeld, and she already knew that she had black ancestry, and was like, okay, never mind, it's okay. Because she was afraid
It's
it was
so
going to be
weird
either
because she
someone
looks
who
so
couldn't
different.
pass or someone who was actually completely white.
She looks so different as Hawkeye, like Kate Bishop, to this character.
That's called
Like, I-
range.
That is called range and hair changes and hairstyle.
And hair changes.
And she didn't have a bow and arrow, so props. Mm-hmm. All right, what else do I got?
You have more than me, so.
Let's see. I heard someone say this. Sinners is a movie that will make you question whether Ryan Coogler is the next Jordan Peele in the horror genre. I think it's a little too early.
I think so too. I'm not sure that because Jordan Peele seems to have made himself like a niche in horror. Like, he's comfortably there. Everyone's waiting for his next horror movie. It's, prestigious. Ryan Coogler strikes me as someone who could do any genre, but he just wanted to do a horror movie, which is so cool to me that he already did Marvel, because a lot of times directors will do horror movies to jump into other genres unless they're so good at horror that they have that core following and they end up getting recognized anyway. But a lot of people, they start with horror fare to branch into other genres, like Scott Derrickson, who directed Sinister, then did he was supposed to do Multiverse of Madness, but he didn't. Sam Raimi did it instead. But no, Sam Raimi. He started with Evil Dead and then did Spider-Man and then did Multiverse of Madness. So, like, a lot of directors would do it that way, but he wanted to do this horror movie, even though he had already done literal billion-dollar blockbusters.
And multi-billion-dollar, I mean.
Yeah, but he wanted to do this. Right? And it was the first original story that he's done, because Fruitvale Station was based on an actual event. And, Black Panther's movies are based on... Was that?
I thought he wrote Fruitvale.
I don't believe he actually wrote it. I think he just... No. I think he might have still written it. No, I think he did write it, but it wasn't original. He did write it. But, it's based on something that happened.
But he maybe wrote the screenplay, maybe.
Yeah, I believe he did, but this was the first completely original, like, wasn't based on actual events.
Anything or something.
Inspired by history, obviously, because they took great attention to detail to get a lot of stuff right and get a lot of themes of the time correct. But, still entirely original and a horror movie, which a horror movie fan like myself deeply appreciates.
As a non-fan of horror, I also appreciated it.
Yeah, and I'm glad you did.
But it's because I like vampires. I like vampires. I think vampires are cool.
Vampires are cool. Usually. And I'll move on to one of mine, I guess. God may be dead, but original blockbusters are not. Which is a joke. That's a joke.
Because in the movie...
And it was based on the movie, because when Sammy starts reciting the Lord's Prayer, because he thinks it's going to help him, and then Remick starts doing it back, and all the other vampires do it back. That was powerful.
Yeah, he was like, I remember when the people came to my land and forced this religion on me.
Yeah,
and I was like, dang.
Which also happened to the captured African people that they brought over here. Yeah,
correct.
And again in Slim's monologue in the car, didn't he say something about that? Or it's like
religion. Yeah. It's not our.
You're gonna make me
our religion.
So you're gonna make me worship your God or something, but
it's not our religion or something like that.
But I'm gonna make my music, or it's our music or something like that.
I forget what it is, but it's like the religion wasn't ours; it was forced upon us, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. That car scene was very powerful, and it would have gone very differently if it was the other brother.
It would have, yeah. Because Stack is a lot more of a people person. Because Smoke is out there shooting people in the butt.
You want the Smoke? Wait, no.
That he knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smoke did it.
Smoke, yeah.
Oh, gosh, that was funny. I was doing a lot better before he shot me in the ass. This movie is funny. It has really good humor in it. Anyway, so I think that was a good... For the movie, God is dead moment. So if you don't believe that God is dead, that was just a joke. So don't need to get up in arms about that. Okay, you have more than I do. So how many do you have left?
Let me see how many more I have.
Because I think I've only got one left, and I'd like to finish with it so we can roll through yours.
Yeah, so, all right, then I'll just keep going. Sinners might already be the best movie of 2025.
Yes.
And I said that before I saw Thunderbolts, which I really enjoyed. So
I will say this about Thunderbolts. It was good. I really enjoyed Thunderbolts. It did feel different from other recent MCU movies. But my joke is like, Thunderbolts was great. It made me stop thinking about Sinners for a few minutes. So anyway, Sinners.
Yes. Anyways, back to Sinners.
Because I literally couldn't stop thinking about the movie for over a week, like after I saw it, and then saw it the second time, and then saw Thunderbolts, poured over that movie in my mind, and then it's back to Sinners. Like, it was that good to me.
I keep telling everybody about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell as many people, because when I hear people talking about it at work, I pop in like, so Sinners, yeah? Did you see it?
Did you like it? You loved it, right? Yeah.
But you haven't seen it, then I'm not going to tell you anything.
Yeah. No,
But
it's a great
except
movie.
see this movie
Except
in
go
theaters,
see
please.
it. Yeah, go see it in theaters.
Please go see it. I'm trying to get this up as soon as possible, but it should still be in theaters by this point. Please go see it in theaters.
Please.
I want this movie to make all the money
It deserves it.
it deserves.
Well more
all the
than
money.
plenty of the other movies that have actually made all of the money.
Like the Minecraft movie.
Jesus, don't get me started. I love Jason
We-
Momoa, but jeez,
Let's not get started on the Minecraft.
let's not get started.
All right, go ahead for the next
All right,
one.
what else I got? Sinners. Sinners. : Music is magic.
Yes, it is, and very magic in that movie.
Music is indeed magic.
I saw Anna likes to listen, and myself, but Anna more so likes to listen to the podcast The Film Bros, which is a lesser known podcast of these two women who make fun of, I guess, us, but it's like, film bros who are very like snobby about movies.
Yes.
And they were talking about Sinners, and one of them talked about and I just saw just a clip of it because I didn't want to listen to too many takes on it because
Right.
I didn't want to repeat other takes. I wanted to kind of come in with mine.
Your own.
But in theirs, they were talking about how they would see movies where it's like, this is the best music, or like, this is a divine voice. And they would have such a hard time believing it when they finally hear the voice. But they did not have trouble believing that in this movie. And I'm like, yes, I
And
agree
there's a
with
reason
that.
for that, I think. This movie had a lot. I mean, the music in this movie is just phenomenal.
Yes.
Let's see what we got here. Because of Sinners' superb and brilliant storytelling and its dedication to authenticity and the experience of Black people, and a little bit of the experience of the Irish. This movie is one of the best films of the year already, and it's just an outstanding time at the movies.
Yes, it is, because the themes don't feel browbeating or like, he leaves enough for you to pick up on it. Like when they're talking about, a juke joint by us, for us, and just talking about how blues music is theirs. And then here comes Remick, who the line that I remember is when like he is about to kill Sammy, or is about to turn Sammy, and he says, "I want your music, I want your stories." And it's like, there. That's
wants
it.
them.
Cultural appropriation, the theme, right
Correct.
there.
He wants it. He's like, I want them, and you have them, and this is the only way I can get them. So
Yeah, and I also
here.
feel a little bit for Remick because it seems like he did lose a community, and it seems he is kind of looking for one. Like,
I mean, he wants to
character-wise.
see his friends. He wants to see his friends
Yes. Yeah, like he came with the guys that he could use Sammy's music to connect with them again, but at the same time, he
like, I wanna
also
be able to
said,
do it.
"I want your stories, I want your music." So like, it wasn't just, especially thematically, it wasn't just for that.
But I think
Real.
I
You know
think
what it
the
represents.
reasoning was he wanted the ability to make that music. But I
That
think
too,
a part of the reason he can't make that music is because Remick, buddy, you're dead. It's like, buddy, you can't put your soul in it.
Yeah.
You don't
If you have no
have
soul.
one. You don't have one. But like,
Can't make
he's like,
soul
"But I'm
music
still
without a
here."
soul.
Exactly. He's like, but I'm still here. And it's like, buddy, no, your soul's gone. Actually, I don't know what happened to your soul. Actually, it's probably gone, and it can't rejoin your body because you're still here as a vampire.
Yeah, and was he just like, I wonder if he was a demon to begin, like, because he ends up being, the link between all these vampires. Like, they know
I think it's
he has all their
in-
thoughts. So like, who turned him, or was he just like an original?
No.
demon,
So
or-
someone definitely turned him. Like I don't think they were going with original vampire vibes. Like I'm very much into
Okay, I think I'm
vampires.
getting it.
Someone turned him. He has either gone from that person, or that person is no longer with us, and he is now siring his own clan of vampires. And in this version of vampirism, whoever is your sire, there's usually a sire bond in vampirism, but in his version of the sire bond, he gets to just get your memories and be able to, just like, oh, cool, I want to learn this. I can make everybody do an Irish jig. So,
And it's gonna be funny, but also really cool.
and I'm gonna hit a high kick.
Man, he can Irish dance.
He can dance.
I did Irish dance
That he did.
in college.
And he's not Irish.
I am Irish, very
you
slightly,
Irish?
very
Oh.
slightly, yes, but not that. I'm
Not
not
that
like
Irish.
I'm not like on St. Patrick's Day. I emphasize to everybody that I'm Irish, that I pee Guinness, and my blood is green, and that means I was oppressed too. Like I'm not that
Got
Irish.
it.
I'm just like, okay, I am. My middle
Okay.
name is Patrick.
Oh, yeah,
My
I
parents
did get
named
that
me
one.
that because my mom was Davis. So like, yeah.
Very. Yeah.
But I'm much more German than I am Irish.
He's way more German.
I am way more German.
All
Anyway,
right.
is
all
that
I
all
got.
yours? That's all you
That's
got?
all I got.
All right. So the last one sentence review. A movie you can't wait to defend when the Academy snubs it.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Although I did see, it was a Variety article, so I only saw one article. I hope to see more where they called it the first Oscar movie of 2025. I hope they're right, and I hope that they're
It'll
right
be
for more than
nominated.
just song. The
It'll be nominated.
songs will be nominated for sure. I want a lot more. I think
He'll
Coogler.
be nominated. Yeah.
You know, we haven't seen all that 2025 has to offer already,
It'll be nominated.
obviously. But like, Coogler deserves a directing Oscar nomination just for the "I Lied to You" sequence alone. I think editing also should get an Oscar nomination.
I think
I really want to point out again. I don't know why I didn't pick up with this on the first time, but the sequence where it's a one-take sequence, a one-shotter, where they go from one shop to the other. Because the husband and wife work at different shops, and when they go across the street, and I start seeing all these white people, and I'm like, oh wait, that street is literally segregated. Like one side of the street is white, one side.
I didn't
is black.
connect that.
I didn't at first, and then I connected it the second time, and I'm like, oh
That's
wow,
good.
really well done. And again, very subtle, not beating you over the head with it, and they did it in a one take, which makes it even better. So
I didn't even notice that. That's a good one.
Directing, editing. Again, I really want Best Supporting Actor for Slim.
Yeah, I hope he does. I hope he gets nominated. He's very good.
God,
He's like, I'm not drunk right now. Also, lore-wise, there's a lot of lore issues in this particular movie because
Is there?
she shouldn't have been able to invite them in.
Oh, she shouldn't have? Is it only like the person
Only the
who's the
owner.
master? Yeah.
Only the owner, and Mary was already invited in. She can come back in. She can come and go as she pleases.
Well, not in this case.
Correct. But
In this case, we have to do it this way so that it works better.
correct. So it works. But yes, in
so it
in
works.
vampire lore, once the invitation has been given, it cannot be revoked unless the owner has changed. And so when Mary came and went, she's good to go. And only the true owner can invite people in.
And I thought it was interesting that Mary and Vampire Stack left. Well, Vampire Stack got hit with pickled garlic, and so he was suffering. He
upset.
had to get out of there. He was weak. But Mary just left, and that was
Yeah.
interesting to me. But I think it was probably intimidation tactics by Remick, just playing with them. Because ultimately, he does get all of them until, but then Smoke
We gonna
kills
kill
him.
every last one of you. We gonna kill
Oh,
every
man.
last
And,
one. Come on, boys, me. Open the door.
what makes this movie so much more emotional for me is that, again, this is why editing I think deserves an Oscar, because they were showing I think it was when he enters, it's like the end of the movie, he enters the church, they're going back and forth between Michael B. Jordan fighting the Klan and then Sammy talking to his dad, and he's thinking about the day before. And you see all the people get there and unload to go into the juke joint, and it just emphasizes, like watching the second time when all the vampires burn, it almost made me cry because I realized all of these innocent people, like
Right.
I know
lost
that
their lives.
and they lost their lives coming to be
Have the night of their life.
Yes, to have the night of their life as a community, to celebrate themselves, and they're working so hard, and life is terrible under Jim Crow, but they're trying their best to have some sort of light, and hence this little light of mine that they play a few times in the movie. And if you stay for the end credits, you get to hear Miles, is it Caden? Is that how you pronounce it? Miles Caden?
Yeah. Keaton.
Yeah, you get to hear him sing "This Little Light of Mine" by himself. Very good rendition. But yeah, it was so heartbreaking, and it makes you feel. It really makes you. It's not because a lot of people complain about horror movies just being, there's not a lot of emotion to them.
Correct.
It's all like scares, and which a lot of older ones are. A lot more
That's how
recent
I
ones
feel.
try to have an emotional core to them. This had such an emotional core to it.
Just like the Thunderbolts out in theaters right now.
Yes, the Thunderbolts had a really good emotional core to it. Yeah, I that got me too. I was not
Bro.
expecting. I don't usually cry in Marvel movies, but there
Oh my
are
God.
some.
Whole tear. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, there's some
God.
Marvel movies that have done that, like No Way Home.
Ugh.
Obviously, did that.
Wakanda Forever.
Oh God, Wakanda Forever. Just the opening where it was all Chadwick in the Marvel logo. I was all ready.
Lift
Nah,
me up.
We don't have to do that. I'm not crying on this podcast.
You cannot get me.
Not right now.
Don't get me started on. Stop.
I think crying is important. It's a very
You're the
important
queen
thing
now.
to do. But
You're the queen now.
we don't need to do it now.
You're the queen now.
All right, so Sinners, amazing movie. Let's
Go
do
see
the
it.
game. We're going to do the
Let's
game.
do it.
All right, let's do it. So, once again, we're going to be playing Who Dis, where I am going to be sending Roger a photo of an obscure Disney character, and he needs to guess who this character, well, not who this character is, but where this character's movie is, like where this character's from. And he can like theorize what
Try
the
to
name
figure it
could be,
out.
what this character's doing, and if he gets the movie right without any hints, 3 points. With 1 hint, 2 points. 2 hints, 1 point. And if he can actually guess the correct name of this character, I will give you a bonus point.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So let's see.
So I'm gonna send you. Yeah, I've already sent you the first one. So
Okay. All right.
it's there.
So there it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's right there.
All right. So I know for sure this is a character from Hercules.
Yes. So that's the 3. I'm gonna go ahead.
I know for certain for that. I have no idea what this person's name is, but it's the scene where Hercules keeps moving regarding something. What's he
Yeah.
posing for something, right?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
keeps moving.
It was when he was they're doing a pottery. So what would you call him? Like the occupation?
If he's a potter, a potterer,
Well, we'll go with
potterer?
that because he actually
a potterer.
he actually doesn't have a name. Like I started you off with I threw your bone for the first one because he doesn't have a name. That's just
Okay.
he's just
I
a
feel like
painter.
that's
He's
also
a
a trick.
painter. So I'm gonna give
The
you
painter.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you an extra point for that one. So like, yeah.
It's just like
I tell you, don't move.
that's it. That was very loud in my ear. I hope it wasn't.
Oh,
as
I'm
loud
sorry about that.
for-
I hope
for
so
you
too.
guys.
I might have to turn that way down for this.
Hope it wasn't as loud for you guys.
Because I always try to not scream or be too loud when I'm doing this and keep my distance from the mic because it's a little sensitive. But I fail sometimes. When I laugh, I have to do it.
Yeah.
George of the
Oh,
Jungle
yes.
style. Throw our heads back and laugh. Ready? Ready?
So we're away from the mic. All right.
All right, so the
and-
second one-
So I got that one. Yeah.
Yes, that you're getting 4 points for that one because again, 1 bonus
Yeah.
point. Yeah. All right, so this one's coming at you. Should be there already.
Okay. Okay. It's a goose of some kind.
Yeah, it is a goose, not a duck. It's a goose. So
It's a goose and it looks high.
you got that.
It looks high.
That's very
It's-
astute of you. It's not really high so much as it is
Sleepy.
other.
Oh, drunk.
Yeah, it's a drunk.
Okay, it's a drunk goose.
But like, what movie did this goose? Get
It
drunk
looks like
for?
so many. It looks like so many different Disney movies around this time.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's giving like 60s, 70s.
70s. I'll give you that.
70s.
Does that count as a hint?
70s vibe. No, because I guessed that. I already had that. It was one of the two.
Fine.
Late 60s or early 70s.
Fine.
Or actually, late 60s or all of the 70s.
No.
The
hint
movie
from-
came out between 1970 and 1979.
It is true.
Potentially.
That is true.
I have no idea where this is from. Name me, can you give me a well-known phrase from this movie?
As a hint,
Yes.
I can give you with so much of this will give it away. I can give you the full name of one of the main characters because he kind of goes
All right.
by something else. Let's see. Abraham de Lacy, Giuseppe Casey.
All right, so this is some Italian something.
If you want to believe that, sure.
What'd you say his name was?
Abraham de Lacy, Giuseppe Casey.
Giuseppe Casey. Is this the Great Mouse Detective?
No, it's not the Great Mouse Detective. No.
It was given Great Mouse Detective.
So why did the mice make him drunk? Like,
no, they're trying to figure out why.
Figure out
they're
why.
trying to detect.
Although Great Mouse Detective's got a lot of drunk mice in it, but not a drunk goose.
I have no idea who this is. All right, give me another hint.
Another hint? All right, the last podcast we did, we spent way too much time on this movie.
The Aristocats?
It's from the Aristocats, yeah. He's from the Aristocats, and you don't know what his name is? You're not going to...
I have no idea what his name is.
All right, yeah, his name is...
Is it Drunk Goose?
Not Drunk Goose. His name is Uncle Waldo.
Uncle Waldo.
Uncle Waldo. And, like, it's some part where... Because, like, Aristocats isn't one of my favorite movies, but, like, it's just a part, like, they meet these geese, these two geese
it's
who, like...
clearly not one of his favorite movies.
They walk and... and when they walk, their like butts are synced to the two geese. They teach the cats how to walk or something, and it's
I remember that scene.
It's like right before they get to the jazz cats. So
where everybody wants
he's
to
just
be
drunk, and his
cats.
And his tail feather is missing some feathers.
Where everybody just wants to be cats.
Yes, because a cat's
Just
the only
cats.
cat.
Nope, just cats.
Who knows where it's at?
Join cats. That's like my favorite part. Just cats. Meet cats. Cats.
That was fun editing that into its own little thing. Like to advertise that last podcast. Right. That was really fun. I had a lot of fun.
I wish you guys could have seen the video because I was so angry at him for not getting it.
It was funny.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but like I said, the video could not work. It could not pair together because the audio was just so far removed. All right, but I guess okay job on that one. I'm in the process of sending you the next one. This is gonna be fun to theorize, for you to theorize who this is or what this character looks like.
Okay. So this looks like from one of the princess movies.
Okay.
Like Sleeping Beauty-ish. Cinderella vibes.
I mean... I appreciate those vibes. I wouldn't call this a princess movie, though.
Okay.
Do you think you'll actually get the name?
Is this the boy with the sword?
It is. It's the Sword and the Stone. Yeah.
The Sword and the Stone.
Yeah.
I was like, is this the boy with the sword?
So getting 3 for
That's
that one.
That's not Merlin. That's not Merlin, right?
It's not Merlin, no.
Yeah, I was like, that's not Merlin.
You would recognize if it was Merlin. Who does this look like?
Yeah, he has the big hat.
Who do you think this looks like?
So right now, I know. So in my head, I know he looks like somebody that I can't put a name or a picture on. But the only person I can see is that he looks like the guy from The Incredibles, who was like, he put a thumbtack on my chair, and he's like, "Is that a coincidence? I think not."
Bernie.
Don't looks
Bernie
like
me. This little rat is guilty.
Guilty.
I don't know how he does it, but before he moves, there's no tack, and after he moves, there's a tack. Coincidence? I think
not. You gotta do the eyes.
little eye move, yeah, you have to do it there. I think it looks like a medieval effeminate Grandpa Joe.
Yes.
But it's obvious.
Or just a Grandpa Joe who really likes the color pink.
Yeah, but it's not Grandpa. His name's not Grandpa Joe. I kind of want you to try to guess what this name could be. Just think of what's a medieval name you can think of. Just like what sounds medieval to you.
Irwin.
Irwin?
Yes.
Well, you're a little very off.
Okay. Irwin sounds medieval.
Sir.
Johann.
Johann, no.
Johann.
You're...
Is he a sir?
He's a sir.
Got it. Elton John.
Sir John Elton.
Sir Lloyd Webber Andrew.
All right, I'm just going to tell you, it's Sir Pellinor.
I would have never guessed
Sir
that.
Pellinor. And
unless his name is Ian McKellen or Patrick Stewart.
Sir Kellinor. McKellinor.
Yeah, ooh, that would have worked.
But
I am the master of magnetism.
He's very much a coded character though. Like
Oh, I see.
of which
Coded
there are
for-
several.
yeah.
Yeah. And like
Well, this. I'm gonna try for the decade.
oh, okay. Well, like that's not extra points.
1960s.
Yes, 1963 was the year this movie came out. Which we're not doing bonus points for that.
Yeah, but just like I just wanted to see because it's like you can sometimes tell when a Disney movie was made. One by the like way it's drawn, and also by who's in it, and like what type of characters are in it. And I'm like, this is a '60s movie.
Yeah, they got a little medieval on these movies. But yeah, when you were looking at Uncle Waldo, like that,
The Goose.
so many of the movies after Walt died looked very similar, and like that, those are the ones that started to really reuse a lot of animation because they were doing that when Walt was alive, but they did it so much more after he passed because they needed to save money because they weren't doing so well and the movies weren't being received as well. So a lot of these characters look just like now, where a lot of the human characters look very similar. But okay, so that was 3 points on that one. I'm going to
Alrighty.
find your next target. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's go with this one. This one's gonna be fun.
Let's see how it goes.
All right, it's on its way to you now.
Incoming.
Come on, Sen.
It's sending.
Is it?
Oh my god. All right. So
That is a Disney character.
that's Yzma.
That's not Yzma. That's like if Yzma was the fish in SpongeBob who gets the. What are they selling? That's like
What
if
are
Yzma
they
lives
selling?
that long.
They're selling Cusco's poison. What? They're selling Cusco's poison.
They're selling the poison for Cusco. Yeah, the poison's chosen specifically
I
to kill
remember.
Cusco.
I remember when they first invented Cusco's poison.
Or
I always hated it.
I remember when
Or
they first
when they first
invented
invented
Cusco. I always hated
I always
it.
hated it. I always hated him.
And then the movie happens.
There's no way that this is not Yzma.
That's not Yzma.
Like bro, no, this is Yzma. So what this looks like?
Scared
to me
beyond all reason.
is- No, it looks like Yzma, but like after one of her potions, and she like drank something, and like got like shriveled up or something.
Like she tested it on herself and lost her lower
Right.
half,
And
a lot of
everything
her upper
about
half.
her, and everything about her, it was just that's Yzma, bro. That's my final guess.
It's not Yzma, but like, I think maybe the person who animated Yzma worked on this one too. But like,
There's
because
no way I'm getting this.
well, try and guess. What's the point is to guess the movie, of course. So see if you can
Oh my
guess the
gosh.
movie.
All right, not Emperor's New Groove.
It's not Emperor's New Groove, no.
Not what's the one with Quasimodo? Hunchback.
Hunchback.
This ain't
It's not,
Hunchback, right?
It's not. That looks like. It kind of looks like if you open his hunch, she would come out.
You know what would come out of his hunch? Freaking like Alien versus Predator. Freaking terrifying.
Oh, it's like
I have no idea what
a chest burster, but it's a back burster. The opposite.
Jesus. What? Bro, that's Yzma. I'm like looking. Just like, I cannot
not
see this
Yzma.
not being Yzma. I have no idea. I have no idea.
get a
Give me a
hint?
hint. Give me a
Okay.
hint. Yeah, give me a hint.
That's a good hint for this
What
one.
this is.
This is based on. I don't know if you're gonna know
Emperor's
this.
New
No, this is based on the first ever completely live action Disney movie, which itself is based on a book about pirates.
Is this Treasure Planet?
It's Treasure Planet. Yeah, I was like, there's no good hint without mentioning the pirates. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
from Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet.
Yeah,
Who
and
is this?
It's not Yzma. Do you want to maybe try to? What would you
Oh
call
no, I
her?
have no. What would I call her?
Yeah, looking at her.
You know what I call her?
What?
Yzma.
Not
no.
Yzma. Besides Yzma.
This is, when y'all see this, I promise you're gonna be like, I'm pretty sure that's Yzma. So, what I would call her is Grobu.
Grogu?
Grobu.
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 You're very much off. So that's what you call her. Okay, well, her name is Bird Brain Mary. That's the character's name. Which to
There's
be
nothing.
to be fair, I don't believe they say her name in the movie, but like that is her name.
Her name.
Yeah, like they gave her that name. So
well, now we know.
That was a 2-pointer, and that went
well
just
as we imagined.
Just as well as I wanted it to go. Yeah, very funny.
Well as I imagined.
All right,
no
so
this was.
Got another one coming your way.
I'm thinking maybe like this one and then maybe another.
Let's try to make it to 7. Like I think 7
okay.
is what we usually try for. So we'll.
Okay.
So we got this one and then 2 more. I think is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Did you get it?
Oh, this is a dog from a Pixar movie.
Is it?
It's a dog from a Pixar movie.
It is a dog. Is it from a Pixar movie though?
It looks like it's from like Merida, from Brave or something.
It's not Brave. I mean, it's obviously a recent movie. I figured I'd give you a recent one.
Who is this? It's a dog.
It's a dog, yeah. And it's not, I'll just tell you now, it's not from a Pixar movie.
Hold on. I'm looking at the background. Oh, it's from Red. It's
what?
from Turning Red, right?
No, it's not from Turning Red. No, that's a Pixar movie. It is not a dog from Turning Red. But I think it came out the same year that Turning Red did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it did.
Did I see all the Disney movies that came out that year?
Excuse me. That was 2022. That's the year this one came out. I think I'm going to have to give you a hint that's the hint that it came out in 2022.
That's not sufficient. I'm going to need something else.
A better hint?
Yes.
This movie didn't do well.
Is this Soul? No, that's Pixar.
That's Pixar, yeah. Soul, I think it did well, but it was like a Disney Plus movie because they had to do it because of the pandemic. They had to put it on Disney Plus, but very well received and very well enjoyed by most people. So
correct.
So not Soul. It's not the soul of a 3-legged dog.
Oh, it's a 3-legged dog?
Yeah.
I was wondering where his other leg went.
It's just a 3-legged dog. Like
I have no idea.
No, do you need another hint?
Yes.
This is the Disney movie. I don't know if you heard about this controversy. The first Disney Animation Studios movie with an openly gay character, like actually gay, and they talk about it in the movie.
Oh, Finding Dory.
Not Finding Dory. That wasn't confirmed. That was people suspected they were, and Pixar never confirmed. Pixar did have an Onward. They had an openly gay character, but it was just very brief.
Movie.
Yeah. But no,
movie.
This is Disney Animation Studios movie with the first openly gay character, like confirmed. Like there's scenes where he's talking with his friend and I think he talks with his dad about it, but it's like not like coming out to him. It's just they already know everything's cool. Even talking to his very tough granddad, and he treats it like it's normal.
This isn't Big Hero 6, right?
It's not Big Hero 6. Although that is Disney. Are you giving up?
I have no idea. Yeah,
this is from Strange World.
Oh, I did not see that movie.
You should see it. It's not the best written movie,
and it did not do well. Correct.
But it is so well animated. It is people,
which I appreciate.
Yes, Disney fans will like defend Treasure Planet and Atlantis up and down all day and be like, these are such underrated movies. Like we had something going, and like this is the closest movie that they've made sense to Treasure Planet and Atlantis. It's just as good, because I also think that Atlantis suffered from some writing issues, and Treasure Planet to a degree. I think I like Treasure Planet better, but this is still a worthy action animated movie that I think more people need to see. And there was a controversy with the right about like the character is openly gay, and it further confuses me with Dennis Quaid, because Dennis Quaid plays his granddad, and this is a movie that very much treats it like it's normal, no issues at all with this character being gay, but like Dennis Quaid like rallied for Trump once and played Reagan, but then he made The Substance and he made this movie, and it's like, what are you?
Range.
Like, who are you, Dennis Quaid?
Jack Quaid's father.
Just when I think that I can stop liking you, you give us stuff like this, and it's like, oh, so I can like you? Can you kind of say something about what your president's doing? Because it's not good stuff. Okay, but anyway, Let's move on. We'll do two more.
This is not a political podcast.
Oh, I forgot. What do you think his name is?
Three-legged dog.
Three-legged dog. Actually, wait.
Lucky.
I'm gonna not Lucky, but you are really close because you said leg. That's in the name. It starts with an L. The word leg is in the name. If you still get it, I'm still gonna give you the bonus point. Think of
Leg is in the name.
Think of words with leg in it.
Leggery.
Not like Gregory, but Leggery. No.
Leggery.
It's not Leggery, but now I wish it was.
Leggery.
No,
Leg.
it's a much more flattering name than that.
Leggy.
It's Leg.
LaGrange.
So ZZ Top.
LEG. I have no idea. What's his name?
Legend.
Legend.
His name is Legend. Yeah, and he's so cute. And this
Yo
is.
soy legendario.
I took this from a screenshot from a scene where the family's making dinner together, and there's music playing in the background, and they're all dancing and making dinner. The husband and wife are very close, and they get
Right.
pretty close. And the dog is just dancing around on his hind legs, and he's so cute. He's one of the
having a
best
great
Disney
time.
dogs, and that's why I want more
It's
people to see this
before-
movie because he's such a good Disney dog. Such a good.
And it is before Legend gets killed by Will Smith.
Not that Legend. And look, this dog survives. Disney probably
Spoiler
wouldn't
alert
kill a
of-
dog unless it was.
Spoiler alert of I Am Legend 2007.
Everybody knows at this point.
It's like spoiler alert for I Am Legend. I believe it's 2007.
I think you're right. Yes, and
Yeah.
I saw that movie for the first time on a bus during an orchestra field trip, and
was probably
that
very
part
sad.
came on, and so I wasn't into it quite as much, because it was on a bus, so I couldn't hear it completely. But that part happened, and This is before I was like, I had embraced my emotions completely and would cry without inhibitions during movies, but I'm on a bus surrounded by peers, so I didn't want to, but I start crying, and one of my fellow orc dorks was like, "Oh, Curtis, it's okay." She noticed and was actually very kind about it, so maybe that helped with my
very, very-
emotional journey.
That's a sad part. I'm not a big, I like dogs, I like animals, but I'm just like, I've never had any. But I'm like, oh, this dog's gonna die.
I'm like-
there's no way.
It's like if I watch the movie, it's like the dog's hurt. The dog's hurt. Oh no, the dog's gonna die. Like Donkey.
Yeah. Oh no, the dog gonna die. I was like, yeah, no, this is so sad.
And yeah, I don't want
Anyways.
if the dog dying is like an important emotional part of the story, maybe I'll prepare myself and then watch it. But if it's done for laughs or something like that, nope, I won't do it. Screw you.
Fictional deaths, Curtis will never get over.
Most dogs.
Most dogs. Me, just Gwen Stacy. Just Gwen Stacy, Amazing Spider-Man 2. The Spider Hand.
An amazing moment in a not amazing movie.
The Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You take that back.
It is
That movie was good.
Not an amazing movie,
That movie was fantastic. Andrew,
not.
I love you.
but
Andrew,
not
I love you.
amazing apparently. Didn't live up to the name, did it? Okay, well let's continue. We got two more.
He remembered me.
I've
He
sent it to
remembered
you.
me. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. I hate this song. I hate this song. Sorry, that scene is so funny. All right, so it's JJ the Jet Plane.
Was that?
That's the show. It's from JJ the Jet Plane.
Nope. This one's a
When
hard
y'all
one.
see this, there's no way this is not from JJ the Jet Plane. All right, I'm looking right at it.
It's not.
All right, so this is from a 80s movie.
No,
90s.
you're gonna have to go back.
What?
But that's a testament to how well it's animated. If he thinks it's
Yeah.
from the 80s or 90s,
I thought it was from a newer, yeah.
It's
This
not.
Is really good.
It's from
Okay.
a much older one.
Much older. Let's see what we got.
The
Sorry, I've been facing away from you all.
the big Disney fans who are watching this are gonna
Immediately no.
maybe because like this.
All right, I'm gonna go with his name is Skip.
No, not Skip. But I think before you guess the name, maybe try to guess the movie first, because then maybe you'll know what kind of name to guess.
Airplanes.
Not Planes. No, that's. I think those are the last movies that Disney Toon made before they got shut down, which was the straight to video machine from the
Right.
90s that gave us all of our least favorite sequels.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
And voiced by John Candy.
Correct. From the grave. All right, give me a hint.
This movie is from the 40s.
Jesus.
It's from the 40s, and it was made because of World War II.
That's not helping.
Not helping? Do you need another hint?
Yes, please.
This movie is about Latin America.
I've never seen this movie. I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, we're just going to get all the hints, and then we'll all find out together. Next hint.
I already gave you your 2 hints. So is that a give up?
Yes.
This is from Saludos Amigos.
Is that the movie with the 3 caballeros?
That's the next movie. Because they made Saludos Amigos. The government paid for them to do a goodwill trip. And Walt took his animators. They did, they walked around, got to see many areas of Latin America. They sketched things, and then they created a movie to try and, it was the good neighbor policy kind of thing to try to make sure that Latin America didn't go sympathize with the Axis powers. But Saludos Amigos was the first result of that in 1943, and then 1945 they made a second, which was the 3 Caballeros. That's when Panchito Pistoles shows up, because they incorporate Mexico into that one. This one did not have Mexico. This was just South America. But so based on that, what do you think the name of this plane is?
Chico.
Not Chico.
Tipo?
No.
Is it something with an O?
It is something with an O, and it has a good ring because it's a plane. Its name has a good ring with the word plane.
Plano.
Not Plano.
Planio.
It is and this is a pun, it is a plain name for Spanish-speaking countries.
Avione?
No, it starts with a P. Starts with a P, ends with an O.
Not Planio?
Not Planio.
Is it Plano?
No.
Is
Plain.
it now? Is it now Plano?
Plain isn't in the word. I'm saying that it's a plain name, like Plain. Like it's a common name.
Oh, it's a plain name, like in general.
Yeah, like a common name. It's a common
name.
Yeah.
Marco.
No, it starts with a P, ends with an O.
Oh. Paolo.
Almost.
Pablo.
Still almost.
Pueblo.
No, it is 5 letters, though.
Not Pablo.
I really want you to get this.
Paco.
Not Paco.
With 2 C's.
No, not.
Pablo. Paco. Pueblo. Patono. Plano. This is like the cats. This is like the Aristocats thing. Starts with a P, ends with an O. Give me another letter.
There's an E in it.
Pineo?
No.
I have no idea what this guy's name is.
That's not a give up, is it?
It's about to be.
Again,
Pueno?
a very common.
Like a common, wait, is it a common Spanish name? Or is it a common English name?
Yes, I think it's a common Spanish name. I would think to, at least definitely to Americans, when they think of a Spanish name, this is one of the names that they think of.
And it's not Pablo or Paco.
No. In fact, it's very famous right now.
Bad Bunny.
No. Different celebrity.
Pedro!
It's Pedro!
His name is Pedro!
His name is Pedro. I'm going to still give you the point for it, because why not?
Aw, Pedro. Mm-hmm. Pedro Pascal.
Pedro the plane from Chile. That sequence was from
Pedro.
Chile. Yeah.
Go Chile.
All right, so one more?
One more. One
One more. Let's end with
for Pedro.
a special one. We're gonna go switch it up. We're going live action for this last
live
one.
action Disney.
Yeah.
Is this from Flubber?
Flubber? No, I don't hate that guess though. Like, I think that's a decent guess because Flubber was based on, it's a remake of The Absent-Minded Professor, which is like a movie from back in Walt's days. And I believe it's in the 60s, maybe late 50s. But no, this is not that. Excuse me, this is not that movie.
It looks like the Spider-Man scene when Spider-Man realizes that he can see.
It does, doesn't it? It really does. It's a very similar scene though, considering the plot of this movie. Do you know who that actor is?
I have no idea who that is.
You do know who that is. Look at him.
He's very young.
Yes, picture him a lot older.
It's not Brad Pitt.
Definitely not.
Who is this? Who are you people?
Have you seen Sky High?
Yes, but I can't tell you who's in that movie.
Oh, okay.
Other than Danielle Panabaker.
He's been in a couple Quentin Tarantino films. You might have seen
Quentin Tarantino.
No, it's not Quentin Tarantino. It's Kurt Russell.
Sir, do you know who Kurt Russell also plays?
Oh, wait, sorry. Ego. Sorry.
Thank you! I would have gotten that immediately.
If I said he was in a Guardians movie, yeah.
Also, the father of...
Star-Lord, Peter Quill.
Well, that character, but
Will
the actual father of...
Oh, yeah, of Wyatt Russell, who is...
U.S. agent.
Not Captain America. And the guy in Thunderbolts, yeah. Hold on, don't tell me his name. See, I'm good at movie years and trivia, but names, that's what I gotta work on.
Oh, and of the character?
Yeah.
Wait, Wyatt Russell? Well, I've said it, but I don't know if you heard it.
I didn't hear it.
Okay.
It's John Walker, right?
Oh, yeah. That's the character's name. Do you know what his superhero name is?
Lieutenant America.
Close.
Private America.
Almost.
America sucks.
Oh, Jesus. No, also not it. Remember, as in Valentina's, as Valentina Allegra de Fontaine said at the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, when the world comes crumbling down, they're not going to call Captain America, because we're going to need a U.S. agent.
The U.S. agent?
Yeah, that's his name.
Oh my God.
He's the U.S. agent.
John Walker's better. It's so plain.
You're like, just call him John Walker. Just call him John Walker.
Okay, but anyway, this character. All right, so
it's Kurt Russell.
It's a young Kurt Russell.
In an old Disney movie.
Yes.
And I can see it now. I can see the Kurt Russell now. He's got to throw a beard on him.
Right. Did you know Kurt Russell, there was a rumor that Kurt Russell was one of the last things that Walt Disney talked about before he died, like as he was dying. And that's actually true.
Sweet. Hopefully it was nice things.
Yeah. He felt like Kurt Russell was going to be a big star. I think he was talking about him because, like, Walt, I think they were just trying to, as he was dying, they were trying to keep his mind off it by talking about the business,
Yeah.
They said that he was talking to his brother Roy. In his hospital bed, he completely envisioned the entire concept of Epcot, which he had already thought about. Like, that was already something he wanted to do with Disney World before they actually built it. And he envisioned the entire thing. He could see it on the ceiling, like right before he died. But also right before he died, he mentioned Kurt Russell and how he thought he was going to be, someone who's going to be big, someone who they want to use in movies. And they did. This is from 1969, which came out 3 years after Walt died.
Is this Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
No, that came out in 89. Kurt Russell was not involved. He had moved on by then.
All right, give me a hint.
It's a movie about a piece of technology wearing an accessory.
This isn't Inspector Gadget, right?
Not Inspector Gadget.
Piece of technology wearing an accessory.
Because, I know you haven't seen this movie.
Yeah, there's no way I've seen this movie. All right, give me another.
Um, man, I think that's the best hint I can give you because that's another way to say the title. That it's a machine that wears an accessory. That's the best way I can describe the title if you want to try to guess the title.
Robot wearing a dress.
No. No. Because he would be it. Like, it's
Robot wearing a disguise. Robot in disguise.
not a robot. It's not Transformers.
Yeah, robot in disguise. Shia LaBeouf. Just do it.
It's not a robot.
Ghost in disguise.
Not a ghost.
Android.
Not an android. I mean, you're circling the term.
iPhone. Oh. iPhone in disguise.
Wow, what clairvoyance on their part.
Yeah, iPhone in disguise. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Nope.
That's Robin Williams.
Yes.
That's Robin Williams. I have no idea. What is this? Robot in disguise? Robot wearing a dress? Robot in a suit?
It's not a robot. Not a robot. But like I said, you're
It's
circling
a
the
machine.
word. Yeah, you're like
It's a machine.
circling the word.
So it's not a robot, but it's a machine of some kind.
Technology of some kind.
Printer.
Close.
Fax.
No. Other, like,
Other way.
still close. Fax is still close, but like printer was closer.
Phone.
Not phone.
Copier.
Again, that's closer than phone was.
Is it in an office?
Yes.
Would I find it in an office?
You would
building?
totally find it in an office.
Computer.
Yes. It's a computer. A computer who wears an accessory. What accessory is he wearing?
Glasses.
Not glasses.
A suit. A watch.
No.
A vest.
No.
Computer in a vest.
No.
Computer with hair plugs.
That's his natural hair. I'm pretty sure.
Computer. I have no idea.
It's from the Computer Wore Tennis Shoes. It's this really, really weird, cheesy, hilariously bad movie that I remember
What is
watching
this?
in elementary school where he gets shocked by some big computer because there were no home computers yet. And the shock gives him all the memory of a computer, and he takes it to like academic competitions. Some bad guys who were, I don't know, either trying to steal the computer or made the computer and it's a bad computer, kidnap him or something. I don't know. It's really silly,
Not well.
really dumb, but I figured I'd put it in there as a nice joke, as a nice little joke reference. That is Kurt Russell from The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes. And
Is he the main character?
he's the main character, yeah.
Well.
What do you think his name is?
Jim.
No. I'll give you a hint on the name. Think of like a stereotypically nerdy name.
Walter.
No. Like, here's our nerd. We're going to name it after the founder of our company who just died.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I just thought about that. No, that's Walt. Very different. Different guy.
Very different.
Roy.
Not Roy. No, think like if you saw like a nerd in a movie from the 80s or like early 90s, what do you think the nerd name would be?
Irwin.
No.
I really want his name to be Irwin today.
It's not Irwin. You've tried that before with something.
I really have. I've tried Irwin all day today. Keith.
Not Keith, no.
Not Kevin.
Not Kevin.
Scott.
Not Scott.
He's a nerd. I have no idea.
It'd be Dexter. Dexter Riley is his name.
Dexter. I'll have you know Dexter's a serial killer.
This also has a laboratory. So like,
He also has a laboratory.
Yeah.
Where Diddy blows all of his things to smithereens.
so
And what is my final score?
6?
Oh!
Are we gonna do that every single time?
Probably.
Anyway, let's see.
100. What?
3, 4, 7,
600.
9. Well, It was
You got
9
6.
out of a potential. Was it 15? 3, 6, 9, 12.
12, 15,
No, 21.
18,
I think
21, 24.
because we did 7 is 3. Yeah, so
30.
it looks like 9 out of a potential 21.
So 30.
Yeah, 9. But with the bonus points, that would give you 11. So 11 out of 21. I'm gonna go
to
with.
the calculator. 11 divided by
11 out of 21, which is not. It's kind of half. A little more than half.
52%.
Was that
52%.
52%? Okay. So yeah, you got a 52 this time. So a harder game for you, but I had a lot of fun making you guess stuff.
Good old 52% for this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I saved several images, so that's another one we can do again another time. But it'll be in the distant future because, want to be doing other game formats before we start repeating. But yeah, this was a really good episode, I think, between the Sinners discussion and the game.
Yeah, we had lots of different games and like coming up, obviously, and this one was like a really good one. I have no idea when he's like, "Oh, we're gonna play a game," I'm like, "I'm probably gonna lose." But again, where the movies are great sometimes, and the points don't matter.
Yes, basically, yeah. And we didn't get, and I think we talked a little bit about the films because we try to talk about the films that we do in the game, but we spent so much time on Sinners that maybe we talked about a little bit less this time, but that's okay because I think we still got a little bit in. And some of these were more well-known movies that if Disney fans are watching this, they're going to see and be like, oh, okay.
You know what we can do? Let's do just a quick so that we do answer the question of whether or not we recommend the movies that were in the game. Go through the names of the movies, whether or not you recommend them, and if I've seen them, I'll give my 2 cents.
Okay, Hercules, yes. Classic.
Yes.
Classic.
Absolutely, yes.
The one after that was Aristocats. I mean, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd get.
There's one scene that does not age well, but yes.
Yeah. The one after that was Sword in the Stone. That one's okay. I'm gonna say that one's okay because there's not a lot of
Never seen it.
Not a lot of Sword in the Stone in the Sword in the Stone movie. It's barely about the Sword in the Stone. It's
Sword in the Stone is neither sword nor stone. Discuss.
The scene with Merlin versus Madame Mim, though, that's fun stuff. So it's worth it for that
magic
scene.
fight.
For completion, for Disney completionists or Disney historians, yeah, they're gonna watch it regardless.
Good magic fight.
Hold on, let me pull back up the movies that I sent you. So then, Treasure Planet. I believe I agree with the consensus of the internet that it is underrated.
Great movie. Movie.
That's a good one. Strange World, already gave me 2 cents on that one. Definitely worth a watch. Very similar to Treasure Planet and Atlantis. So yeah, give that a watch. Saludos Amigos, I think actually aged a lot better than people would expect.
Never heard.
There are parts about the Three Caballeros that maybe don't age very well. I actually did a paper on the Three Caballeros in college for another history course that I did. It was on Brazilian fantasy, and it was in a historiography about the Three Caballeros and just looking up what had been written and people's takes on it and then compiling them into one paper. And
so interesting.
A lot of differing takes on it. So much written about Three Caballeros. Saludos Amigos, though, actually seems a lot more sincere in its portrayal of Latin America. Three Caballeros gets oddly sexual about it. And that's one of the problems.
I would not have guessed that.
And then Computer Wore Tennis Shoes. Have not seen it since elementary school. That was always my go-to name a Disney movie, and I would jokingly name that movie. That's just my go-to Disney joke. Maybe give it a watch because you probably have a good time laughing at it. Maybe play it
if you like old Kurt Russell movies.
Yeah, maybe I don't drink. I don't normally condone drinking, but maybe it would be fun to watch with friends with a couple drinks. Again, maybe because I wouldn't know myself. But yeah, okay, those are all the movies, and those are my recommendations.
There we go. All
right, I think next time, I don't remember what we're doing next time. I might be doing
Thunderbolts reviews, maybe.
Well, that'll probably be the 1-sentence reviews. We'll get to that next time. I think we were gonna do movie mashup number 2, and then you'd be doing them for me.
Yeah, I have some.
Yeah, I think that's what we're doing next time. I don't remember what's on the schedule, but we could just switch it. Why not? We don't have to stick to anything concrete. This is our thing. So.
Yeah, who knows what's happening? We'll find out when we get there.
Yep, we get there when we get there. That's Incredibles. Definitely recommend that one. All right, but if you like this, tell your friends. If you hated this, tell your enemies. Until next time, I'm Curtis.
I'm Roger.
And this has been Cinema Game
Cinema
Night.
Game Night.
Have a great day, everybody. Or night.
Bye-bye.